Next up, we'll be moving on to chapter 1 of part 3 of the book. And after looking over my notes here, I really probably should have just thrown some of this stuff into one of my earlier videos, but I'm not about to go back and reshoot anything, so we'll just crack through this real fast. First up, he talks about the two primary attributes to the phase state. Number 1, practitioners possess full conscious awareness during the experience. And 2, the perceived space lacks absolute stability. Where in the waking world, right, things are very stable. Just because you're getting tired doesn't mean it's going to start dematerializing right in front of your face. However, within the dream space or within the phase state, there's a huge range of stability, right? You can have these hyper-realistic dreams where things are, seem more real to you in that space than they do in waking life, all the way down to, you're on the cusp of waking up, the dream's starting to break down, the visuals are disappearing, you're starting to lose physical sensations that go along with it, etc. Then a bit later, it is not without reason that this practice is considered to be a higher state of self-hypnosis or meditation, and is often referred to under different names as the highest possible human achievement in various religious and mystical movements, which is pretty cool. Many do not assign any significance to the occurrence of a phase environment that is not fully formed, because shallow phases don't leave the same jolting impression as deep states do, right? So, like getting back to what I was just talking about, being lucid in one of these hyper-realistic, super stable dreams is vastly different than being lucid in one of these like dreams right at the very tail end, right before you're starting to wake up, right? Hugely different experiences to be had there. But this actually makes me think of being lucid in a liminal hypnagogic space versus being lucid in a full-on REM style dream, right? Where you're, in REM, you feel like you're actually in it, like it is in waking life, or in hypnagogic, it's more like you're just kind of watching something and not quite as ineffable and awesome. And then we'll close it out with this. Before we do, in the next video, we'll do this awesome phase predisposition self-test to see how naturally inclined you are to the practice. But leading into that, we'll close it with this. Even a scientific approach to the phenomenon states unequivocally that the phase is accessible to all, barring serious brain pathologies. This has been unambiguously confirmed by experimental research. Therefore, there is no sense in reasoning that the phase is something difficult, accessible only to a small circle of people, or out of anyone's reach. Difficulties in mastering it attest only to technique-related mistakes and not to the inaccessibility of the phenomenon, which is one of the cool things about this book. He has a lot of real, actionable techniques and things for you to try and achieve some of these states. And like I said, next up, we'll do this cool phase predisposition self-test.